Hello there, welcome to my channel. I'm Angela from arteri.com. I haven't uploaded for a while. I've had lots and lots of things going on. I've been really busy, but I have missed my crafting, so I'm back just with a short video because I don't do well in the heat and I've had to turn off the fan so you can hear what I'm saying. So I don't want to be sitting too long while it's getting hotter and hotter. So I have a lot of papers from last year, like autumn papers. I think this one was from Stampin' Up. I'm not sure where that one was from. And I just want to use up all the scraps and things and papers that I've had for a long time. And I've been watching a lot of Cards TV with Mary. I'll leave a link to her channel in the description. She has lots and lots. I think it's over 60 card sketches. So card sketches are an absolutely great way to use up your scraps. Scraps? Couldn't be bothered to sit and stamp, colour, die cut, anything like that. So I fell in love with my cutting machine again, my Silhouette, and I downloaded a load of graphics from Canva and just cut them out on my cutting machine. And that's one of them, which is really pretty, I think. So I just thought I would do something like this again. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for this one, but we'll see where it goes. These are just a few scraps that I had left over. I mean, that doesn't even go with that. So I'm not sure if you think it looks okay or not, but to be honest, just you can try things together. If they don't work, they don't work, but we'll see how it goes. So I've got a card base which I cut out I think yesterday. I've got this, it's a fairly large scrap, so I was going to use that as a mat to back that. Just a small border, I think, because I think that fits on there like that. It doesn't quite fit, so I actually might trim it down a little bit at the side. Right, I don't want a large border around here, so I'm going to use my trusty layer guides. So this paper from Stampin' Up is double-sided. I use that side on the other one, so I'm going to use this side. It doesn't really matter which way up it is because the animals are all facing different directions anyway. So fairly straight. It doesn't really matter if you're using your layer guides. So I'm going to use the 1/16. I'll leave a link in the description to the video where I show you how to use these. They are so handy. There, perfect border all the way around. Just love these. So handy if you can't be bothered to measure and cut and what have you. Right, so I think I'll stick that on the card. I'm just making this up as I go on. Stick that on the card. Will that look okay? Yeah, it's given quite a nice border there, I think. Right, I've cut a little bit down. I'm not sure if it goes with that, with it being pink, but I shall give it a go. I have some green scrap here. I can just back that, I suppose, onto there. This is not turning out the way I hoped it would, but never mind. Just an example of how you can use your scraps and a card sketch just to get some ideas as to how to use them up. And also I do have a load of stickers. I don't know if you're like me, but when you get paper packs you get sticker sheets with them and you end up never using them. So what I thought I would do is see if I can find a couple of stickers so I don't have to do any stamping or anything like that. That's kind of cute. I might try that one. In fact, I could put it up on foam, couldn't I? And just put it there. We'll see. Leaves are turning, and I think I'll put that on some foam and put that there. I think we need a little something else there, don't we? Well, I found some crinkled seam binding, which I'd forgotten I had. I wonder if that could go on there. I have these super small glue dots. I think I got them from Amazon. They've come in handy over the past couple of years or so. Doesn't look quite finished, does it? Maybe some little gems. I've been trying to use up these for the longest time. Well, I guess it could have done with a bigger sentiment, perhaps one in there. Could have stamped one there, could have had a bigger one there, perhaps a round one, but this is just an example of what you can do to use up your scraps, which is what I'm desperately trying to do. And these papers are all from different packs, so you don't have to stick to the same paper pack, although it's probably better if you do, because they will coordinate better. But these are all from different paper packs. That's the same as that. I'm not sure where that one's from. So if you're like me and you're absolutely hoarding your scraps all the time, just go and hunt for some card sketches, dig out your scraps, see what can fit where, see what you can mix and match, and just have a go. It doesn't have to be perfect, thankfully. So I will see if I can find the link to these particular card sketches. This one was more or less just made up, but this one was definitely using a card sketch, which is probably why it looks a bit better. So what I'll do is I'll see if I can hunt out the sketch for that one. But it was good for me, this, because it made me fall in love with my cutting machine again. I use a Silhouette, and I haven't used it for a good long while, but if you can't be bothered sort of stamping and colouring and die cutting, then you just use your printer and your cutting machine if you have one. And to be honest, a lot of people are getting rid of their stamps and dies and just using the printer and the cutting machine, and they're saving a lot of space in the craft room. But I have to admit, I do love my stamps and my dies. I get a lot of pleasure out cutting them out and colouring them, creating different things with them. But it's nice to go back and see what you have that you can use, like your sticker sheets that come with your paper packs, the scraps that you've used, the scraps that have been left over from your paper packs. Just have a look and see what you have. Well, I don't know if this has been of any use to you. It was just to get my feet wet recording again, because it's been a good while since I've made a video. So I hope this was useful to somebody anyway. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye now.